Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Randy Rarick.
All right, aloha. Come on, you can do better than that. Aloha. All right, if you don't do better, there's no more Mai Tais. One more time. Aloha. All right, there we go. You know, the reason I say aloha is when I was 12 years old, I met Duke Kahanamoku. And Duke Kahanamoku, this is the birthday tonight. I can't believe it. Fred pointed out to me. And the Duke sat me down, and I was 12 years old, and I was in Waikiki, and he sat down, and I was a little kid, and I was like all impressed with the Duke, and he said, Randy, I want to tell you my creed, and I'd like to read you Duke Kahanamoku's creed, and I think you'll be impressed, hopefully, as much as I was. Quote, in Hawaii, we greet friends, loved ones, or strangers with aloha, which means with love. Aloha is the key word to the universal spirit of real hospitality, which makes Hawaii renowned as the world's center of understanding and fellowship. Try meeting or leaving people with aloha. You'll be surprised by the reaction, and I believe in it, and it is my creed. Aloha to you, Duke Kahanamoku. That has been such a profound effect on me for the last 45 years that what I've tried to do is give back that aloha. Tonight, I'm here to receive this award, which is unbelievable to me, because to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from SIMA and my peers out here means so much to me. And really, you can't know how much this means to me, because what this does, it validates my entire 45 years of surfing involvement. So, what does it mean that I've actually achieved, and have I achieved that with aloha? In this room, I have so many friends that just to know these people in this room is an achievement in itself. I have guys like Paul Nadi, who I remember when Paul was a skinny little kid working in Durban for Mike Lermont, and he glassed, hot-coated, and airbrushed boards. I remember Dave Aarons, who shared a shaping room with me and was my roommate at Sunset Beach. Bob McKnight, I remember Bob, when he came to me, and he was almost giddy when he says, Randy, we're going to give away $50,000 first prize for the Eddie. And at that time, they weren't even giving away $50,000 for all the contests. There's other guys in this audience. I mean, Fernando represents aloha on steroids. There's guys like Randy Hild, who helped take Lisa Anderson and Roxy and women's surfing and make it what it is, and he did it with a smile and aloha. Thanks, Randy. There's really dozens of others in this room. Each and every one of you have your own story, and I know so many people in here, and you've influenced me, and it's been so important to my life, and I really appreciate everything that you've done for me. I can't go through everybody tonight, but there's one guy that I'd really like to thank, and that's Fred Hemmings. Fred mentored me when I was a little kid. I admired Fred when he used to compete in the Makaha contest, and I said one day I'd like to be able to surf with him. And then one day I actually started working with him, and together, you know, we partnered up to the pursuit of pro surfing, and I thank you, Fred, for that. And speaking of pro surfing, the goal of seeing pro surfing legitimized was something that I really believed in. Back in the 70s, people were bagged on us for being pro surfing. There was guys saying, pro surfing's not happening. but there's those people in the room that have benefited and furthered the growth of pro surfing. I'd like to thank Kelly for his nice words, because Kelly obviously has benefited, Lisa Anderson's benefited, and I've handed a lot of checks to those two, I can tell you, over the years. There's other guys out here. There's former pros, and this, to me, is what's really neat. I mean, guys like Bruce Raymond, Marty Thomas, Jeff Booth, Snips is out there. I've seen, you know, guys that were little Groms who came up through the ranks in the last 30 years. You wouldn't believe how many contest jerseys I've handed out to those characters. And now they not only work for the surf companies, but they run them. So congratulations to all those guys. And especially to all those companies that since the beginning of the pro movement, I've seen grow and prosper. And I'd really like to thank, you know, the Quicksilvers, the Billabongs, the Rips, and everybody out there. And I'd especially like to thank Vans, because Doug Palladini and Steve Van Doren had the vision to take the Triple Crown and grow that Triple Crown. And this year we celebrate our 25th anniversary, and I'd like to acknowledge the accomplishment and achievements of the Triple Crown. Thanks, you guys. I'd like to also thank, you know, a lot of you guys might know, and I love this old shot of me shaping up here. I've shaped over 12,000 surfboards, and there's a lot of shapers out here. Bob Hurley came up to me tonight, and I thought, you know, Bob, I used to love Bob's twin fins, you know, and now he's just selling clothes, and I don't think the last time Bob shaped a board he once admitted. But you know, the thrill of shaping a board for somebody, for anybody that's in this room that shaped a board, for me, I've done like 12,000 surfboards, and every one of those customers, the thrill of knowing that I hopefully improve their surfing has been really important to me. A lot of you know that I traveled a lot. You saw in the video there that I've traveled extensively with over 70 countries I've surfed in. And a good example is 2 years ago, a couple of years ago, actually about 6 years ago now, I was in Sao Tome, which is off the west coast of Africa. And I actually went out and cut down a tree, the equivalent of a balsa tree, milled the wood, glued the wood up, and then shaped a board for a little kid, one of the villagers and the kid. And the stoke of seeing his face as he took off on his first wave validated the whole fact that I ever shaped a surfboard. And I want to thank Sam George. For those of you that, Sam George made a new film project that he kind of used that as the basis for, so I thank Sam for taking the initiative on that. And to all the other countries that I've visited and the cultures I've interacted with, just last week I just came back from the Comoros Island, which is between Tanzania and Madagascar, and I spent 2 weeks there, and we taught a couple little kids to surf there that had never seen surfing, and just once again, the thrill of seeing somebody who's never experienced our sport and launching them into a wave and putting it in it makes it all worthwhile. And it just brought that little slice of aloha back to those people. And so I want to thank my wonderful wife, Jackie. Fred mentioned her. I'll tell you, if you're in this surf industry, everybody knows it sucks for the wives. And I want to thank Jackie for standing by me through she's brought me unbelievable happiness and balanced this crazy life that I lead. Thanks, my love. You saw in that video clip a slice of my varied life, and I've had all these wonderful years. And I want to thank Maz Mirbaba and Bill Kiley of Window Seat Pictures for putting that together, because even I hadn't saw that till today, so that was pretty amazing. I love the beaver tail flapping in the wind there. Thanks to Maz and Bill for Window Seat. But that showed you a look at where I've been and what I've done, but it didn't show you how much I really appreciate what everybody in this room has awarded to me and the life that I've had and how much stoke I've had. And this award sums it up for me and for all of you out there. If I can inspire each and every one of you what the Duke inspired me when I was 12 years old, and that's to give aloha and live aloha. Mahalo.